Hey everybody, welcome to Engage on UMFM 101.5. We are here today with a super special guest. We're welcoming on Rylee Nepinak. Rylee Nepinak is the founder of this amazing group called Anishiative here in Winnipeg. And I'll tell you from firsthand what I've seen, this group has done some amazing things when it comes to serving the front lines and helping people that are marginalized, being a support for people, and especially being like a young person group. I've seen this group do a lot of things. And so we're really excited to have Rylee on to kind of give us more of the vision of what Anishiative has been up to, more of what Rylee's been up to. Yeah, the whole vision behind Anishiative, because I think that it's really important that you guys hear it. So without further ado, we'd like to welcome Rylee. Hey, Rylee, how's it going?
Hey, what's up, Caden and Josh? Glad to be on here, guys. Thank you for that amazing introduction.
Thanks so much for coming on. Really appreciate it. So you are the founder of Initiative, correct?
I call myself the co-founder because my sister played a really big role in the beginning of helping us kind of get off our butts and
Okay.
get out there.
Okay, sweet. Awesome. And how long ago was that?
So we're actually coming up on a year in July, and it really kind of started at first just as like a simple act of kindness. My sister wanted to, see if we wanted to go and hand out some food, and that's exactly what we did. And I think when we did it, we felt like really good about ourselves, and we just wanted to share this with the rest of the youth, in the community. And I had come back to the north end about a month or two prior, and it looked totally different. And I think it was all the negative effect of the pandemic, just more people struggling in the streets and just, more pollution. And so it was the timing that was everything for us.
That's super wonderful. Yeah, no, I love to hear that. A year. Hey, you guys have accomplished a lot within just that year. So that's really surprising to hear. And I'm sure that some listeners will be surprised to hear that as well.
Oh yeah, it was like really like we started right out of my mom's garage. Like that's how grassroots it gets. We were meeting up at St. John's Park to do these like litter patrols. And when you have this welcoming environment and you just you have youth with ideas as well, and your whole point is to just try to empower those ideas, it's just growth from there. It's just that's how we've been able to kind of accomplish everything. It's just kind of adapting to the needs of our people.
So when you first started out, did you find that growth was like right out the gate? People were there just ready to join in and support, or was there like a curve to that at all?
um there were definitely barriers, but in terms of just numbers and just people coming out and supporting us, people donating, that was right out of the gate. And I think that's a common theme here in the city, Winnipeg, especially the North End, is like when people see something like a cause that they believe in, like they're there. It's a pretty unique demographic here when it comes to that. So yeah, we had a good amount of support right out of the gate, but at the same time, it's like we don't have the funding right off the bat. So we were actually putting a lot of our own money into it at the start, just because it was just something we were so passionate about and we could see ourselves doing this, long term.
That's got to be a major contribution to, the fact that you're still around a year in, is that this was originally just raw passion
Yeah.
for these causes.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Yeah. No, it's been great. And you meet so many other great organizations. I thought what was pretty cool was like it wasn't just us starting out at that time. We also had like Community 204. You also had like Thunderbirds, and we're able to kind of look at each other and see the growth at the same time. So this pandemic definitely inspired a lot of great things to come out of it. And Initiative is still to this day organically evolving.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's super important. And like you mentioned, people are just super willing to come out and support. And Daniel from Community, just such a great person. Everyone that's just been around those environments within those organizations, within those communities is always so supportive. So it's so great to hear that you found that route and that we were able to kind of dig into that aspect of Winnipeg, because I think Winnipeg has a lot of that, a lot of people that truly care about it. You mentioned that you guys started out doing food packages or like a walk around at night, giving some supplies out. And obviously you guys have evolved now into doing quite a few initiatives in the community. And I'm wondering, kind of now where you're at, what's the reach like? What kind of things are you guys up to now? There's some things, of course, I know, but in your own words, what's that expansion been like?
Yeah, we started off with these simple, like, litter patrols where, we're able to hand out food, able to pick up some waste, able to pick up some needles. And we really wanted to keep everything that we do like youth involved. And in kind of, our values, if we did have some, I'd say they were the sacred 7 teachings. Those are something that, part of our decision making, like that has to be a part of it. And, it was an adapting type thing. When the snow fell, it's like, okay, we can't pick up garbage and recycling now. So what should we do? And, some of our youth and myself were shoveling walkways like on our own. And we just thought, like, man, even I myself have a hard time shoveling my own walkway. Let's just go do this for some like elders and some other people who aren't able to do this. And, sure enough, we had support for that. And then, up in February, Anish Corporation had these teepees, and some people were kind of, like it was cold. It was a cold month of February. It was a -40, -45. They had reached out to me on a Monday, and it was like, hey, what do you guys want to do with these teepees? There are people like freezing to death. Like, what can we do? And I think because we were so adaptable, because we had this like following already, we put the shout out there like, hey, if anyone's interested in helping this, like let's do it. Like, let's just see how it goes. I didn't even end up getting permission from Thunderbird House to do it until I showed up there the next morning, knocking on their door like, hey, this is what we want to do. I'd love for you guys to give us permission, but this is the plan. And, I think when we did that, we took a step in the direction that I don't think you'd see a lot in some organizations, just because we kind of just acted without much planning. And, it's important to plan, but not in the case of -40, -45 weather. You got to act fast. So, like, it's doing like things like that have shaped our vision, instead of it just being this let's hand out some food, let's pick up some garbage and recycling with some youth. Like, now, we're kind of expanding that influence. And now we're helping vulnerable, unsheltered relatives in the city, keeping them warm. Now we're in talks with a couple of different schools, this fall, to get some like initiative groups inside of these schools to help foster mentoring between high schools and neighboring elementaries. The way I see that working out is the same as when, a high schooler will come and read to me when I'm in elementary school. And I think it's like the coolest thing ever that these big kids, I don't know why I think it's cool, but it's like the big kids are coming to read to us. That I think is really important at that age, is to start those relationship buildings. And so that's kind of like the direction that we're kind of like focusing on, is how can we help our brothers and sisters out there struggling in the streets even more? How could we, establish a stronger presence in schools so that we can give a lot of these kids something that they can belong to? Fostering that sense of belonging is huge and in need in our community, whether, you're living in the streets, whether you're a student, whether, you're just a family. It's great to have something to belong to. And I think in my childhood, I had that common problem with a lot of youth, is that I lacked that stability. And at first I didn't have that sense of belonging. So, those are some of the areas that, we're really focusing on. And, I know that this August, especially, we have a teepee camp that, we want to bring 20 youth out into Cedar Lake Ranch, have a 3-day, camp under these teepees, while at the same time doing some survival skills and life skill related workshops. Like, these are the things that, we've, the youth in our community are in need of. and we're just trying to empower them. There are definitely times in my life where I didn't feel too empowered and where I lacked that stability. So, that's, sorry for rambling on there, but that's a big question, and that's where we're headed in that area.
That's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, I had shivers the whole time. That's so beautiful to hear. Really, really powerful.
Thank you, man. You're doing great things too. I love seeing other young guys succeeding. It's like the greatest feeling, even other guys in your neighborhood, when you see them go on to do crazy things, it's like the best feeling. Like, let's just empower each other.
Absolutely.
I was wondering, you mentioned that you've been doing this for about the past year, and a lot of this was brought forth with the pandemic, making people's struggles more difficult than they already were. Looking ahead a bit, seems like we're starting to go in the direction of restrictions loosening up, places, businesses being able to open up soon. Is there anything that you've been wanting to do with Initiative that you haven't been able to due to the restrictions that you're eager to kick off when they're fully gone?
Yeah, actually, these restrictions, have been bothering everyone, us especially. What I really want to see more of is I want to see like all age groups and everyone gathering together just for more community like barbecues, just getting together. And you don't always need a special reason to do this, but I think what's important is that, we have our youth, we have our women, we have our men, we have our two-spirit, and we have our elders present at those, community events, at those community barbecues. It's really important to keep all these groups, together, because that's what community means. And you look at our past of Indigenous people, and the youth were taken initially. They were taken from that circle of community. And once the youth were taken, well, then the women don't have youth to nurture, and the men don't have youth to protect, and the elders don't have youth to pass this knowledge on. And so a huge part of our healing is just, bringing the youth back into that circle, and just fostering these relationships, and doing what we can to revive what we call community, because that is true community. All these groups, coming together, and it's been hard. Restrictions, obviously, can't even have a bonfire in your backyard, let alone a community barbecue. So, and even our teepee camp with our 20 youth that we're trying to run, like, even that's, it's still not legally, like, we want to run it in August, but we'll see what the restrictions say, if we're even allowed to have 20 youth, come together and have that experience. Because, sleeping under teepees isn't something that, all of our, Indigenous youth have access to. And, in my opinion, that access to opportunities like that access to the culture is a birthright. You can't deny that. And it's important when it comes to that self-identity. So, those are a little couple of things that have been on my mind, and my team as well, that, we've been in like the planning stage for these things for quite a while now. And we're so excited that, like you said, we're heading in that direction.
Yeah, that's going to be incredible. That's something to look forward to. And even before that, that teepee retreat just sounds amazing. Getting youth reconnected. You said it best. We need that. Our youth need that. We deserve it with our identity and a sense of belonging. So it's just so incredible to have that work done on the field, and it's needed, truly, truly needed. And you see the impacts, you see the positive impacts, you see youth, really get the positive benefits from those experiences, and they take them through life. So it's truly incredible.
No, I 100% I agree with you, man. Like, for me, like, I didn't always have that sense of belonging. And once I did, I felt like grounded. I felt accepted. And I felt like I can actually start to open up and kind of step out of my comfort zone a little bit. I'm sure there are a lot of people who are listening to this that have, experienced that as well. So, oh, man.
Absolutely. Me too. Yeah, I can relate to the same thing. It's two positive benefits. I'm wondering, I've seen, like, obviously you guys have so much support from multiple avenues. When I had come and seen what you guys were up to, there was volunteer after volunteer, your connections with different organizations and all sorts. But I'm kind of wondering, how big is your core group, or I guess the inner group of Initiative? How big is the team?
Yeah, so we have a team of 5. Everyone's like, between the ages of 18 and 25, that we meet up together and we have these meetings, and we discuss our upcoming collabs or our upcoming events. That's the team. It's a big youth representation. But when we do our events, when we do like these, whether it's a care camp, whether it's a litter patrol, whether it's running a barbecue or this teepee camp, like I think what we're able to do is just invite everybody. It doesn't matter your age, doesn't matter your background. Like if you want to come and get involved, like you're more than welcome. And we were able to get over 200 volunteers just at that community care camp alone.
Wow.
When we do get our volunteers coming to join us, we like to get their emails. That's how we kind of keep in touch, whether it's on Instagram, Facebook, or a little email shout out to upcoming events that are going to be happening. So that's how we kind of keep in contact with the bulk of. It's kind of hard to keep in constant contact with like 200 people. So we do our best. And if somebody comes and volunteers 1 month and comes back the next, it's almost like they didn't leave. It's just a nice family. Like that's the feeling I would describe it as. It's like a family. And so we're just looking to grow from here. Still the first year, but yeah, for sure.
Absolutely incredible that gotten to the place and have the platform that can do what it does at this point. Only a year in is just great. You have been doing these community walks, and I just want to confirm, according to your Instagram here, tomorrow on Thursday you'll be doing one on Main Street.
Yes, we're going to be meeting at our shared building space on 605 Main Street on Thursday at 5:30 p.m.
Okay, so just for the record here, this episode is going to be airing on that Thursday at 4 p.m. So anyone who is listening to this live, if you're able and willing and want to help out, go to 605 Main Street like now, because they're about to go start this walk at 5:30. So
yeah, get out there. Come out. I'm waiting for you.
Probably sound they're waiting for you.
Don't hold him up. He'll seriously wait for you.
Yeah, we're not going anywhere until you show up. No. Every Tuesday and Thursday, and we provide all the equipment necessary. We have our wagons like with the food on it, with some cold water. If you're coming on an empty stomach, even as a volunteer, like you're eating too.
Mm-hmm.
So we got everything kind of ready to go.
That's beautiful.
Absolutely.
Is there any particular plans, besides what we just mentioned, in the coming days, any new events or meetings?
Yeah, actually on next Monday is National Indigenous Peoples Day. So we're kind of working together with Indigenous Vision for the North End to do a walk around the North End while handing out smudge kits, handing out, our usual like water and food and, some popsicles and stuff like that. But we really want to get this medicine out, to the community so that people can heal, and do their own smudging back home. So that's something that we'll be starting at North Point Douglas Women's Center at 9 a.m. And we're going to make our way through the North End. And I think we're ending at 363 McGregor on Mountain and McGregor there. So, if you see us walking, don't be shy. Come say hi, grab a smudge kit and some snacks. So that'll be happening this Monday, actually.
That's awesome. And for anyone who is potentially not physically able, or has any reason that they're not able to physically show up, is there any other direct means that people are able to support?
Just spread the word. Even if you're not physically able to show up, maybe somebody is able to, and they'll benefit from this experience. You can follow us on social media and spread the word there. We do accept physical donations at 605 Main Street. We don't expect anything, but we appreciate, whatever does come through those doors. Don't be shy to message us on social media, on Instagram or Facebook. We spell initiative like ANISH in the beginning of it, just because, that itself represents the word Anishinaabe, which means our people. And so, the whole initiative thing is our people taking initiative, take care of the land and take care of the people.
Amazing. Yeah. So go throw them a follow on Instagram so you can stay updated with what's going on and know in advance and come take part, possibly, for those of you who are able. Is there any means for monetary donations?
Yeah, I mean, like there is a GoFundMe link on our Facebook and our Instagram that we're dedicating to help us raise enough funds for a community vehicle. With this vehicle, we have, a couple of different plans. We'd like to be able to transport our youth out to do land-based projects out of the city. Obviously, be able to transport our litter supplies within the city. One more thing that we really want to establish, with this community vehicle is a grocery transportation vehicle. There's too many families that I see at No Frills or Walmart or Giant Tiger that just like don't have a ride, home, and they have all their groceries and they have all their kids. Instead of spending your money on a taxi cab, like, yeah, come up with a way to try to like get you guys home,
Yeah.
So that's something that, if you feel like that's, a cause that you believe in, the link is attached, in our social media pages. And, we're so lucky and we're so thankful because so far I think we're close to 6,000 right now, so we're just so grateful for, the community, giving us money because we're not a rich community. And so, we're really grateful for where we are right now. And, we're doing our best to fundraise and come up with enough money to be able to accomplish our vision. So yeah, monetary donations, very appreciated.
Let's get these guys a car.
Yeah, let's get you a car. And just on the record, I think that you hold the record for most times that I've had chills in a conversation. So it's been really powerful hearing that.
Hey man, I get chills listening to your music. I get those chills.
Yeah, dude. Seriously, hits me in the soul. Hits me in the soul with all the stuff you're talking about.
Thanks, bro. It's really great now to be able to, have a voice that's listened to. There's definitely a big part of my life where I didn't feel like, my voice was being listened to or empowered. And, that was all kind of, motivation to get this, initiative going so that I can help youth in my neighborhood and get their voices listened to and heard. And, so it all comes from a special place. And, it's a great feeling. It's a really great feeling, so I'm grateful. And I try to watch what I say, be careful because you got youth listening to you. You gotta speak a lot from the heart. So appreciate that, Caden. Anytime.
Absolutely. It's been incredible having you on.
Yeah, no, this is amazing. And yeah, I learned a lot today and I'm a firm supporter of your group, and everything I learned today has been really, really eye-opening. And I just personally appreciate what you do because I know how much I've witnessed and experienced some of the same things that you've been talking about, and seeing people go out of their way, go out of their own pocket, take their own time out of their day to help people that they don't even know is, like you said, it's what community is about. So yeah, this has been really amazing, and thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to come and talk to us. We do like to end off our shows giving our guest the choice on what song we'll be playing, given that this airs on the radio, what song we'll play at the end here. So if there's any songs you'd like to pick at all, no pressure at all, but
yeah, I'm gonna need you guys to play "Come and Get Your Love" by Redbone.
Beautiful.
Amazing.
That song on repeat for 30 minutes straight.
Amazing. Definitely love that one.
All right. Well, this has been Rylee Nepinak and Anishiative. This has also been Engage on 101.5 UMFM with hosts Cade Jones and Josue Devi. It's been an absolute pleasure having you, Rylee. I've learned so much here. We're really, really excited for people to listen. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week.